has done it.
Beautiful chapter it is for the Bombers.
Now let's get stuck into this Carlton rivalry, and let's go. We threw the question out last night, some of the great memories of Essendon Carlton games. Longy's goal, the grand final, certain game in '98. I think you might have seen this tweeting. Scott Lucas kicked the winning goal with about 30 seconds to go.
Yes.
Remember that one, Shorey? Terrible turnover from Sots. Take us through the memories of that one, Scotty.
Not a lot of them. Not a lot of them, other than I think I was on sort of left half forward flank, and Sos dribbled it out and kicked Trawley. But it was a good win, and it's been a rivalry based a lot on, and quite often they are, the fans and it just builds with games. And certainly '99 was one of those games, unfortunately, for Bombers fans that really cemented that rivalry and gave the Carlton fans a lot of joy.
Yeah, thanks to the Carlton fans that mentioned '99 when we threw out the best memories of Essendon.
Just
happened?
on a quick one, just a conduit to that. Scotty wasn't there, but when Shoots first came, right, he came from Richmond, obviously, and even when Scotty was playing, he always used to mention that Carlton beating Richmond in the '72. It was always payback for Shoots. Shoots brought his Richmond baggage to us and said, "You blokes fix it." And I remember in his very first practice game, he organised 81, his first year. He organised a practice game against Carlton at Skinner Reserve, Sunshine. There was 15,000 people there, right? And he cranked up Ronnie Andrews at the opening bounce. And this is a true story. Right? No,
Practice match at Skinner Reserve.
Practice match at Skinner Reserve. He said, "Come off that line and whatever's in a blue jump." Right? So Ronnie's come off the line, missed Wayne Johnson, right, and put 11 stitches right along the eyebrow of Tony Bahaja, who had just been recruited.
Yeah, welcome to Essendon, Tony.
Welcome to Essendon. So it just went on from there.
So what happened in '99? Was there any complacency going into that game?
I'll explain it this way. '98 was Marshmallow. Yep. Scotty was involved in that. Shoots got angry. And when he got angry, he set us up for '99. So coming off that, we only lost 4 games. We lost 5 games for the year. One of them was the preliminary final. And I'm a little bit glass half full because we did a superb job that year, and I'll tell you why. I'll give you 3 names. Bloke next to me, Lucas, Jason Johnson and Hurd basically played no football that year. Broken legs, broken foot. To do that without those 3 was a superb performance. We took on North Melbourne. We settled the score there. Was that the final? No, that was the next final, the 2001, where we beat them by 125 points, right? So our focus was North Melbourne. So to answer your question, quite possibly we forgot about the Blues. He was after Dennis, he was after Carey, because of that Marshmallow thing, and we set our whole pre-season, and North didn't beat us for 3 or 4 years, and they were great games. So maybe you're right, Jules. So we get there, and in the qualifying final, where I saw the best quarter and a half ever played by Mark McKerry, he tore a groin.
Yep.
So if you go into a preliminary final without Lucas, Johnson, Hurd and McCurry on one leg, up against, and I'll name them, Silvani, Ratton, Sexton, Mackay, Koutafidis.
Yeah, they had a good side, Carl.
Whitnell, Lappin, Hamill. Matty Allen was a terrific ruckman then for them. And, of course, things happen.
But in saying all that, on the day, Essendon had more than enough chances to win that game.
Yeah, everyone talks about Kouta, which was a great quarter. He'd been quiet up to half-time. We came out in the third quarter and kicked 7 goals, 8. Now, we had our chances, but people remember the Koutafidis last quarter, and it was basically, we're in the box, leaving it, move, put a bloke on, move a bloke across. Can Justin Blumfield do it? Do we attack him with Longy? That sort of thing. And it was a game that was unstoppable. But also must say, the most influential player on that day was one of the smartest footballers me and Scotty have seen. Lance Whitnell was superb.
He was, yeah.
He was superb.
Does Essendon win 2000 if that didn't happen in '99?
Oh, yeah.
So they should have won back-to-back.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Yeah.
But
And you got to remember.
It wasn't a fait accompli against North the week after. They were still a very good side, North Melbourne.
Yeah, but hadn't looked like it against us. Hadn't looked like it, and maybe because I reckon they played the preliminary before us, and we knew they were in.
That's right. Yeah, on the Friday
You
night.
with me?
Yeah.
So maybe
A few just looked in front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
not in a arrogant sort of way, but just we've got to get north. Oh, we want to get to north, and exactly, and you lose by a point. So if you're 5% down and it's a point,
And I think
maybe you're right,
And I
George.
think that team then, you do, and I was sitting on the outside having been injured, almost looking in, that you do look ahead. And a lot of players hadn't played in a grand final, so it was all new to them in terms of their preparation. And when the team the night before, North Melbourne, are in the grand final, I think players can subconsciously look forward as well that, okay, if we get to it's North Melbourne rather than it's Carlton tomorrow.
So with us part 3, we'll discuss the man that's been on everyone's lips this week, Gold Coast star Gary Ablett.